The obvious question is like 10,000 robotaxis a year at full scale. It's a lot of potential. But what's the reality, Aicha? I've always known you to be very pragmatic. Give me the sort of target for this year and next year for what will roll off the line.
Yeah, the reality is really, first of all, thanks for having me, Ed. Good to see you. The reality is that we're just ready. We are, as you know, we're very excited. We're finally headed to our commercial launch starting in Las Vegas later this year. And from there, you have more and more robotaxis coming in. Then we have San Francisco right after that, Austin and Miami coming up. And so we're gearing up to basically be ready because, as you know, with our robotaxi, it's purpose-built, serial production in the United States. So putting the capacity in place and then turning it on little by little as we go city by city.
The 10,000 number is important in the context of federal rules, right? Right now, there's a limit on the number of vehicles that can be on public roads that have no driver controls, just like your vehicle. But NHTSA's looking at it. How are those talks going with NHTSA? And do you think you'll get that exemption to really scale up in the coming year or two?
So, as you know, we went the self-certification route. That's all that was available at the time. I have to say we're very grateful to the administration for the progress. This innovation is happening worldwide. And so making sure the U.S. is prepared is really key. And the talks are going really well. I've always said that this is a huge transformation in transportation, and working hand in hand with the regulatory authorities is key, and really, really impressed with the speed so far.
How about Amazon's support as well? How much are they loosening the purse strings? How much budget have you got, Aicha?
So I don't know about loosening the purse string. We want to be every day. We're still a startup. We have a lot of work to do. This is very expensive. And so what I can say is that Amazon has been very supportive. They ask us good questions. They support us. And, you know, of course, we come in with a budget. We discuss it. We come in with what we have to, what we say we commit to doing. We have to do it. And if we don't do it, there are questions, as there should be. But frankly, super, super happy. It's been 5 years. So we're way past the dating period, and grateful to Amazon.
Full-on relationship. What's interesting is they're also eyeing others on the block, I'm sure, the competitors. Just tell us about the robotaxi competition, Waymo, and particularly from Tesla. Is this narrative good for you? How much has that impacted the government?
Look, we've always said this is a huge market, right, at scale. After sort of shelter, meaning homes, apartments, and dwellings, transportation is one of the most important and also costly things. We know that it's not, it could be a lot safer than it is right now on the roads. And so it's a big market. It's a big industry. It's good to have multiple players. I've been public that we're super proud of Waymo, especially if you live in the areas that they serve. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I call them the cute Casper ghosts. They are roaming around. And as far as Tesla, I've also said the more the merrier. I know they have their own path. I don't like to comment or criticize others. I'm sure they have their path laid out. And we all have to be on the same roads, and we're all subject to the same regulatory authorities.
Aicha, I've taken the Zoox vehicle on the Strip in Las Vegas, right? And you're inching towards commercial service. But I think people would really appreciate the literal understanding of what you'll do, number of Zoox vehicles on that strip, the pricing in charging fares for all of those tourists.
All right. So in terms of numbers, right now we have over a dozen or so roaming around the strip. I mean, you know, people could count them, so there's no point in not telling you the number. And they ride every day because we have to learn. It's not just, you know, self-driving is the underlying technology, but at the end of the day, what the customer cares about is a wonderful experience that makes them feel special, that they are picked up where they want it to be picked up, dropped off where they want it to be dropped off, and that it took a reasonable amount of time, and they have a great experience while doing it. And then you also have operations behind that. So you can expect us to be just, you know, adding tens and tens and tens and serving the market and then controlling that relative to the demand. As far as pricing, obviously, I'm not going to get into the details of pricing, but customers are already used to a certain pricing, and we intend to be competitive, and we also intend to be ready for what happens at scale.